It never ceases to amaze me how people like to align themselves with black issues or use us to further their issues. I've seen this for years, and I think we as a people have seen this for years. Give you an example: the Jewish community um, used us to help them get into places and get doors knocked open, but while at the same time they were stabbing us in the back. Now, when people talk about this in the black community, we get called anti-Jewish, and we get scared and we run away, tuck our tail, and run. But that's the truth. Here it is. People always talking about, well, the black community and Jewish community were partners at one time, and you had to say, yeah, one time. And you had to ask what happened. The Asian community, the so-called Italians, they were considered black at one time, just like the Hispanic. But when the white population realized the numbers didn't match with what they was doing, what they've been doing, they said, no, we reclassify you as something other. The Hindu has done this, the Native American. So when you see the things about abortion, you laugh and sometimes you get really pissed because you know the history, or at least I know the history of Planned Parenthood. When it started out, it was population control, and in some ways it still is, but it's not in the way you think it is. Now, if we want to talk historically about Planned Parenthood and do it that way, and then help people their decision making, and then also talk about birth control, then that's different. But using us to promote or to get sympathy for your cause, you being anti-abortion, that's a slap in the face. Now, this is not the first time it happened. They had put billboards on the west and south side of Chicago. And then they had a billboard, I believe, in New York of a little girl last year, or the year before last. And the mother and father didn't even realize the picture they was taking. There was, little model pictures and stuff. The stock photos were sold, and they used that photo to try to make it as if blacks go to abortion clinics faster. That's not true. One minute they say black women have babies at higher numbers, then they say we go to abortion. So you're saying black women just go get abortions and have babies, right? Doesn't make sense. They try to make black women in the face of welfare. We know that's not true. So when I come across images or articles where you get some white person talking about, well, I want to talk about these things, I find it suspect. Just like when the gay community start comparing what they've gone through or go through to the black community, when in fact the gay community has nothing to do with the black community. But yet you say our issues are the same. We go through the same thing. Here it is last week, their report, I think his name Neil Monroe, interrupted President Obama in the Rose Garden. And when he was on Sean Hannity, he said, why did you interrupt him? Well, I was asking the president about, the unemployment rate between with African Americans or African American men to that effect. I'm like, really? You guys really care about unemployment in the black community? We are the most disrespected people on the planet, and everybody use us to get ahead. This is why a lot of brothers have said or done videos of several years saying, sisters, white women have used y'all to further their goals. They want to be on the upper echelon with their white male counterparts. Where have y'all benefited at? So right here, these type of things should not just offend me as a black man, but it should deeply offend black women. Because we know damn well a lot of these abortion clinics are not in our community. And if they are, we don't use them in that way. Now, if a sister goes to a Planned Parenthood and she's getting birth control, that's different. If she's getting abortion, it's a totally different subject. And what gets me with people who are against abortion, they talk about violence and murder, but yet they commit violence and murder. And then if the woman decides to keep the baby, whether she's a teenager or adult, and she's struggling, she can't even go. If she need to go get assistance, she's made to feel bad. See, I probably would have more sympathy or make more aligned with them if they addressed those issues. If they talked about birth control, if they talked about social safety nets. But using our people as excuse to get your point across and get your cause going, that's deceptive and disingenuous. I've warned our people in these videos. I said, look, you guys need to look at it all. Now, I've gotten comments from people who are racist and people of self-hate because they don't want you holding this mirror up. But this is why I've changed the way I do my videos. This is why I say I go to the source. I let y'all read it yourself or let you hear it yourself, and then you make an informed decision. I mean, think about this shit. I mean, really think about this. I'm going to play this so you guys can hear and see it for yourself. So you know I'm not making this up.
The news at 11 starts right now.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm Ben Hoover.
And I'm Judy Gadsden. First at 11 tonight, a church sign getting some attention for the message that it's sharing with drivers.
The pastor at Macedonia Baptist Church says that he put up these words to educate people about abortion. While it is raising some eyebrows, it's not the first time this church is getting some controversial attention.
WIS's Megan Norman joins us live in the studio now with a story all new tonight at 11. Megan?
Ben and Judy, the sign is striking. Over the past few years, the pastor has put up other anti-abortion themed messages. This is the first time, though, that he has specified a particular racial group. He says his words are his own thoughts, and he hopes he's educating the community. Macedonia Baptist Church, a small church with a congregation of about 30 members, sits just off the side of Percival Road in Columbia. It could be easy to miss, except for the sign out front this week. Ultimate racism. Abortionists target black babies.
I can't be silent and just say, well, that's somebody else's problem, or I'm not dark enough to care about that issue. I can't do that. This is the crime of America.
Pastor Patrick Dye put up those words last Thursday. He says the abortionists include but are not limited to Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood purposely locates in minority communities. The Planned Parenthood clinic is located at the edge of a white community, but right there within walking distance of the housing project on Forest Drive, the Two Notch Road.
Dye assumes the clinic's location is in part responsible for attracting African American patients. A spokesperson for Planned Parenthood says the average patient is a white woman between the ages of 18 and 24 looking for birth control. They say race is never a factor, and they don't intentionally target black babies. DHEC, however, has data showing in 2010 black women in Richland County were almost 3 times as likely to have an abortion. But just because more black women had abortions that year does not necessarily mean that population was targeted.
For those that don't agree with it, I hope it will get them to thinking, considering the issue, and being willing to have an open heart.
I got to stop it right there. I was just sitting here thinking about the Planned Parenthoods that I've seen over the years. And some are in the community, but some are very nondescript. I mean, if you don't see the sign, you'll drive right past and wouldn't know it. But I want to add something. The only reason why they're in the black community to give the illusion that black women are engaging in risky behavior, or they're getting pregnant every which way. If you took a camera and stood outside the Planned Parenthood clinic, you'll be surprised who you see walk in and out. You have all different ethnicities, but yet the black woman gets treated as if she's somehow done something wrong, or the black man gets blamed as if we can't control our urges and stuff. People have sex. Everybody is not meant to be a parent. Everybody cannot carry a child. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I'd rather see a woman have common sense and say, I'm going to use birth control. But birth control is not 100%. And if the guy is not in her life, is not willing to take care of that child, and she's struggling, she has things that she needs to do, maybe it's time that maybe you should abort the fetus. But you should also keep in mind that a lot of women who've had abortions have regretted it, and it has messed them up mentally and physically in some cases. And some said they was not prepared and they made the right choice. For another human being to tell another human what to do with their body is just wrong. That ain't nothing. That's nothing but another form of slavery. What do I really give a fuck about a woman outside of my community, outside of my circle getting an abortion? That's her decision. That's her choice. Now, if me and this woman is together and we're serious and we love each other, then she say, hey, Harvey, I am pregnant. Okay, baby, let's do this. Let's get married. Let's make sure we raise this child together. Well, Harvey, I can't do that. I'm not ready to get married. Well, I don't love you like that. I don't think I could be a good mom. Now, much as it would bother me, I would have to respect that if she came at me like that. Now, there's some women who've been raped or raped through incest, who don't want anybody to know, who are embarrassed, who think it's their fault. It's there for many reasons. But for people to keep using black people pain or people misinterpretations or flower lies about what goes on in our community is disrespectful. As I said before, I'm tired of people claiming to be in solidarity with us and understand our issues, and yet when the shit hit the ceiling or hit the fan, everybody scatter. Like, I really wonder if Mr. Obama's support is going to stay from the gay and Hispanic community, or Latin community, how you want to describe it, or white women. I want to see what's going to happen in the election. But besides Mr. Obama, I want to see where all those people that say they share our pain, where are they at? I don't see people come out there speaking about gun violence. And that's the odd thing. A lot of these so-called anti-abortion people are gun-toting sycophants or fanatics. I mean, you talk about death in one way, but you justify war. You justify executions. It's a lot. That's why I say we live in a country full of hypocrites. But it should be something deeply insulting to the black man, the black woman, the black child, when everybody compare the issues to ours. You don't know what it's like to be a black man or a black woman or a black child. And how dare you sit here and try to make black women feel bad about what choices they've made? How dare you try to make black men feel bad about the choices they've made? How dare you try to make black children feel bad about the choices they've made? I tell you this right now. Those who watch my videos, no matter your ethnicity, sexual preference, financial status, if you know an abortion clinic in your community, watch it and watch who goes in and out of these places. I am sick and tired of this. People going to say, well, I'm anti-abortion. I don't believe in it. That's your right. You don't have to believe in it. But you ain't taking care of these people. The very same people that guilt people into having these kids they know they can't afford or know they want to be a good parent to, when they go look for help, first thing, you should never have the child. Wait a minute, but you just told me. Look at them. A lot of people don't know the history of Planned Parenthood, and Planned Parenthood was put there to put population control for black people. A lot of y'all don't know this, okay? And I'm going to say this again. I've said this in other videos. Planned Parenthood was to keep control of the number of black births because blacks outnumber whites, or the so-called white men or white woman. This is why they was popping up at a time. Margaret Sanger, if you go do the research, you'll see. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's what it started out to be, but now it has some benefits. If a girl can go get birth control, or a boy can go up there with his girlfriend, or woman or man will go, however it is, and they can get birth control to stop having children that you can't afford or don't want, to rock on. But a lot of people don't understand when Planned Parenthood, when that was taking too long, they opened up the floodgates. This is why everybody's been reclassified as white, who you know is not white. People need to pick up a history book. People was called Asian or Native American or Italian or even Irish. Irish was classified within what you consider now black people. Hindu, Native American, you name it. Because we are the majority on the planet. You can't sit here and say black women have a whole bunch of births and at the same time say they have a whole bunch of abortions. You're just saying black women are irresponsible. That's what they're saying. Just like the whole welfare thing. It's not more blacks on welfare. When they used to say blacks, they say more black women. Go into your supermarket, go into your stores and watch the cars pop out. And the cashier X, is that ETB or what do they call it? No. Yeah. Most brothers and sisters, we pay for shit in cash. You'd be surprised out of gun in places, supermarkets and stores. Me, brothers and sisters, we up there, we buying shit. Our counterparts cart look real small, trying to be like they eating healthy and shit. Bullshit. They can't afford it. But see, the news won't say that. They want to give the illusion that white America's on top. Who's been bitching and moaning the last year and a half about jobs? Oh my gosh, unemployment's at 8%. Oh. Blacks been unemployed for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and we still make do. But see, nobody want to give y'all accurate numbers when it comes down to things like unemployment and abortions and who commit more crimes and shit. Since Mr. Obama was announced he was running, and since he ran, these people have showed they natural ass, because for a while, they got pretty good at hiding it. But this pastor think he's slick. Let me put up a sign about racism. Come on. Come on. You about 4 or 5 decades, a little bit too late for that game. Talk about the Klan. Why don't he put something about the Klan up on his church? Why don't he put something about the birthers on his church? Nah, you trying to fuck my for. That's why you got brothers and sisters out here attacking the wrong black men and black women who point this shit, because you've been mind fucked. This is why I don't go to church anymore, because of slick ass pastors like this. You playing on people lack of knowledge or people emotions and not thinking things in a logical manner. I don't knock a woman for getting it, but now if there's a woman out there, let me take that back. If there's a woman out there and just out there just having all kinds of sex with people and don't give a damn, but still, I got in some way still got to respect the fact that she's not bringing children in the world. So I can't even get mad at that anymore. But this is why I say that we need to talk about birth control. Parents need to talk to their children about sex. This is why the video, the comedy I did about that girl in Georgia, 19 years old, telling the whole story, I didn't feel sorry for her, because there are places out here. There are people you can talk to. But people like this gentleman right here, they are manipulating. They think they slick. And some of our people are too slow to realize they're being mind fucked. Y'all better snap the fuck out of it. Y'all better think about it, because these jokers are on some shit. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't stop letting people manipulate us or attach themselves to our issues, and we go along to get along, we're gonna constantly keep getting mind fucked. We're gonna constantly keep getting played. Excuse me. Vote up, vote down. Leave your comments.